Hi, I'm Sean Reynolds from Summit Properties Northwest and Reynolds & Klein Appraisal. And today I have Dan Chapman of Fairway Independent Mortgage. And this is a quick video, and I'm going to call this one the Winning Offer Pre-Approval Package by Dan Chapman. So Dan, you are either a buyer or you're a real estate broker and you're trying to get an offer accepted. Why are we approaching it from this winning offer pre-approval package standpoint? How does this help us?
Well, there's four key components to a winning offer. The first is price. The second is strength of lending. The third is buyer emotion and seller emotion. And the fourth is lender reliability.
Dan, tell me about price. That's your first component. Obviously, the higher the better.
Yes, exactly. So I think we coach our clients, our buyers, on making the strongest offer possible, because that's what the seller is going to want. But it has to be in their price range. So they got to factor in what they can afford, but coming in as strong as possible. How bad do they want the house?
And the second component is strength of lending. That's number two.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So strength of lending is kind of the buyer's big picture, like what down payment do they have, the FICO score, how's their credit, what type of loan program they're going to be on. Strength of lending is looking at the buyer profile as far as from a lending perspective.
The third component is the buyer and seller emotional connection. What does that look like?
So typically when a seller sells a house, they have an attachment to that. The buyer wants to buy the house. They have an attachment. They have an emotional attachment. And so what we want to create is a Dear Seller letter from the buyer and present that with the package to talk to the seller personally on a personal note.
And do you have like an example of a Dear Seller letter, or do you use kind of a standardized letter, or how does that work?
I usually have the buyer draw it up and coach them on it and have a picture of them and their family.
Okay. So Dan, the fourth component, lender reliability. In this really competitive marketplace, buyers often have to indicate or commit to a super short closing date. They've got to be able to rely on their lender to get that transaction closed. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, lender reliability is very important. Does the lender do what they say they're going to do? If they say they're going to close in 15 days, they need to close on time. So it doesn't matter. It's very important that you close on time, whether it's a 15-day close or a 30-day close. And that's a key component. Another thing that we will do is we'll pick up the phone after the offer has been made and call the listing agent and talk to them about how strong our buyer is and what we're able to do to help them.
So that's kind of an extra step that you take as a proponent of the buyer to see if they can...
Yeah, to help the buyer, to help the agent. You know, it helps everybody and to get their house. You're talking about a dream house possibly.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay. So Dan, if a buyer and their broker follow these four kind of concepts, what's the goal here as far as how this might up their chances of actually getting a home?
The goal right now with the market that we're in is to get 80% of your first offers accepted. Because right now, I can tell you most agents, their first offers aren't being accepted 80% of the time. And so their buyers are losing out on these homes.
Okay. So there's still a chance you're not going to get it with this because you're probably going to get beat out by a cash offer.
Correct.
Something like that.
Correct.
But this gives you as high of odds of getting your offer accepted as possible.
Absolutely. It's worked very well for my clients.
Okay. Okay. Again, I'm Sean Reynolds from Summit Properties Northwest. Dan Chapman from Fairway Independent Mortgage. Thank you for watching the video.
Thank you.